Building Ideas is proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.
Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas, sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, we've been so lucky to be able to showcase so many fantastic homes this year. They've all been quite unique with some very special inclusions. Today's feature home is just terrific too. It's something a little bit different, and I'm sure that you've guessed it's been built by our award-winning master builder Alan Shepherd and his very talented team. This two-storey architecturally designed home took 33 weeks to build and covers just under 450 square metres, so there's a lot of living space. The design can best be described as cutting-edge contemporary. It incorporates the latest materials and glazing, creating a stylish facade that juxtaposes the gentle curves of the adjacent River Torrens. From the bespoke front door and feature tiling to the elegance of the spiral entry staircase and the front spires of the upper storey, the home demonstrates the confidence of the clients to embrace the unique architectural statement it makes, and certainly sets it apart from the norm. This home makes a really strong statement and first impression, and I can't wait to show you the very special inclusions throughout today's show. But first of all, this is what else we have to see. We'll look at how the Adelaide city skyline is evolving. Andrew will look at the latest colour trends. We'll hear from SA Water about our water quality. And we'll have the latest information about working in the building and construction industry. So if you're anything like me, by the end of the show you're going to want to change the entire house. It drives my husband crazy. Now we're going to tell you how lifestyles have changed the way we live, and also how floor plans have developed.
Throughout Building Ideas this year, we've looked at a large array of homes, and we've also showcased many different builders. One thing that's pretty clear is that there's no end to what you can achieve style-wise, and whether you're building a new home or renovating an existing one. You really are going to be only limited by your own imagination. So you do get to choose the look and style of home that you're going to live in. The same can be said for floor plans. And when you stop to look at how our lifestyles have changed over the years, it's really interesting to see how much our floor plans have evolved to meet these changing needs. One of the things that I've really noticed of late is how much living space all of the homes we've looked at provide. It really is quite amazing, especially given that our blocks of land are becoming smaller. Gone are the days when everyone wanted a huge backyard. Being time poor has obviously got a lot to do with that. I mean, who's got time to spend hours and hours on the weekend tending to a large garden, not to mention looking after big lawned areas? Big backyards, it seems, have been replaced with all-weather alfresco patios, outdoor pavilions, outdoor kitchens, lounges and fireplaces. Gone is the humble three-legged barbecue, and in its place a permanent 5-star barbecue fixture that in many cases rivals top-of-the-range ovens and cooktops. It's the same indoors. Formal dinner parties have fallen by the wayside, and with them the formal dining room. It's now open plan living that's all the rage, and also home theatres have become really popular. Virtually every new house now has a home theatre, an open plan kitchen, and living and meals area. There was a time when our kitchens were a separate room in the home. They were designed purely to serve a purpose, a room where meals were prepared and dirty dishes were hidden away to wash. But the advent of open plan living has certainly changed that. Kitchens have become an important design feature of our homes. Stainless steel appliances the norm, and expansive island benches are prerequisite. Formal lounge rooms have made way for more casual lounge areas that are often an extension of the open plan dining and kitchen space. Then there's the increasing popularity of home theatres, which have also changed the way modern floor plans are designed. Another room in the home that's undergone a makeover in recent years is the bathroom. Many bathrooms now rival upmarket day spas. They're a place in which you can relax, retreat to, and unwind. It seems ensuites have also become mandatory. Years ago, one bathroom and one toilet would suffice to serve the needs of an entire household. Not anymore. Ensuites are becoming more elaborate and luxurious. Some are even being completely integrated into the master bedroom. Floor plans are a lot like housing styles. They come down to personal choice. So if you're stuck for ideas, or even if you've got too many ideas, have a look at sadisplayvillage.com.au, or you can talk to a master builder. I guarantee you that they'll be able to help. And that's because most builders nowadays have design experts on hand. And don't get too caught up in what's hot and what's not. You've got to choose a floor plan that's going to work for you and not for somebody else.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
I remember when this building was under construction a few years ago. It was built by award-winning builders Hanson Youngkin. And of course, I'm at the SA Water building, which is located on Victoria Square. Other than its interesting facade, the other interesting fact that I learned is that it houses 3 levels of state-of-the-art laboratories. Known as SA Water's Australian Water Quality Centre, or AWQC, the AWQC provides vital services to our community through its role in assuring the quality and safety of our state's water supplies right from the moment of catchment through to when it comes out of our taps. The AWQC supports SA Water in managing the state's water supplies as well as the broader water industry through the provision of a comprehensive range of analytical and research services to customers nationally and internationally. In fact, the centre has become known as a world-class facility with its analytical services and leading-edge research in water quality and water and wastewater treatment technologies highly regarded in international circles.
Being at the end of the River Murray system and also having a lot of agricultural activity in our supply catchments, such as up in the Mount Lofty Ranges, can put our waterways under challenges. So sometimes when we have major rainfall events such as in winter, that's an opportunity for contaminants to find their way into the streams that feed into our water sources. Also, our long, hot, dry summers can provide ideal conditions for the growth of nuisance algae, and if we don't manage this appropriately, it can cause off flavours in the water supply. We adopt the principles of the Australian Drinking Water Guidelines framework for management of drinking water quality, and this means that we aim to have a very proactive, multi-barrier approach to preventing problems. So the aim is to treat the water to at least meet the Australian Drinking Water Guidelines standards, which are set by the National Health and Medical Research Council. I was wondering how you got on with the audit in microbiology.
Yeah, at least.
The AWQC plays a very vital role in testing the water right across the water cycle. So we're testing waters in the catchment, our treatment plants, and also across a broad network of customer taps across the distribution system in both the Adelaide metropolitan area and also right across the country areas of this state. Our scientists are testing water to the Australian Drinking Water Guidelines for a very broad range of microbiological and chemical parameters. And the results of this testing are used to fine-tune the treatment processes to make sure that the quality of the water at your customer tap is top-notch.
It's obviously a very busy operation, covering around 700,000 tests every year. Of course, the centre does more than analyse our drinking water supplies. It also undertakes testing associated with chemistry, microbiology, biology and ecology of water, wastewater and sediments, and testing of products in contact with drinking water to ensure compliance with Australian standards. So if you'd like more information or you'd like to find out what goes on behind the scenes at SA Water, you can look up awqc.com.au or SA Water, which is sawater.com.au.
A little earlier, we looked at the way floor plans have changed in recent times. Another aspect of the modern home that has changed significantly is the way we use colour. Colour can certainly have a huge impact on the look of your house, and also not to mention the mood and the feeling that you're trying to project. So it's important that you choose your colours wisely. Think before you leap into painting your home, and it's a good idea to sleep on your colour choices to ensure you still feel the same way about any colours you've selected the next day.
People at the moment are painting with whites or neutrals, by far the most popular colours are in the quite light area. In the areas that do have a bit more cold in the atmosphere, the hills and so forth, we tend to warm those colours up a little bit. But most of the time we stick to sort of the fairly lights and neutrals at the moment, with then some accent colours that are still in the taupey sort of grey muted tones.
Feature walls seem to have come and gone, and patterned wallpaper reminiscent of the 60s and 70s has certainly made a big comeback.
Wallpaper is fantastic. You can't get the atmosphere that wallpaper creates out of just paint alone. So I'm a big fan of wallpaper. We're not seeing the whole house or whole room wallpaper that happened in the 70s and 80s, which is a good thing. But feature walls is going really well, and certainly they add a splash of colour and a splash of personality that you just can't get from paint.
So where does that leave us? Basically, the way you choose to decorate the interior of your home and the colours that you select are entirely up to you. Colours are a great way to showcase your individuality, and they will certainly impact the way in which you live. So when making colour selections for your home, it's a good idea to keep the following in mind. Colour can dramatically affect your mood. Favourite colours or groups of colours can be built into an overall colour scheme to evoke emotions, reactions and experiences. With that in mind then, instead of opting for a colour purely because it's in fashion, develop a scheme of colours that will lift your spirits and create a sense of harmony. All elements of a room, including flat surfaces, should be considered when selecting colours.
Choose premium product. Premium paint gives you washability and durability and colour coverage, so you'll get what you want out of it. Start from the top and work down, so ceilings first, then walls, then woodwork. And if you can, always paint from your light source away, so in the major windows, start at them and work back towards the darker areas of the room.
Accessories or soft furnishings that you plan to incorporate should also form the basis of your colour selection. Remember, a large expanse of colour will always appear darker and stronger than you imagined and from how it looked on the colour chart. Mixing the three primary colours, red, yellow and blue, which are the basis of all colours, provides endless possibilities and enables you to create a different mood for each room of your home. Light, bright colours generally invoke a cheerful mood, whilst darker colours create a more serious and sombre mood. It's important to pick your colours carefully and keep in mind the purpose of each room you'll be painting. Without doubt, however, over the past few years, white and various tones of white have become one of the most popular and widely used colours in our homes.
When the economy goes down and things are troubled, we tend to find colours go right back to being safe. So we see these whites and neutrals that we're seeing at the moment, whereas when we have a bit more flamboyancy and a bit more confidence in the market, the colour comes back into people's homes. So we're seeing a little bit of it, but we're still a way away from having some sort of fairly flamboyant colour schemes.
Ultimately, the colour that you decide to paint your home is entirely up to you, and it should reflect the way in which you like to live. But best of all, if you don't like the colour you've chosen, you can easily just paint over it.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
Establishing a new career is a very exciting time, but especially if it's in building and construction, as it's such a vibrant industry to be part of. However, there are several things that you need to bear in mind when you're first starting out, and the terms and conditions of your employment are very important, so make sure that you're across them. You and your employer have various legal obligations, including workplace health and safety, for which you are both responsible. The award working week in the building and construction industry is 38 hours, Monday to Friday, between the hours of 7 AM and 6 PM. If you work more than the prescribed 8 hours per day, you're entitled to get paid overtime. You'll also get paid to learn your trade even when you're not on the tools. Now that's a definite bonus. It all sounds like a pretty good deal to me. As a CAMS apprentice, you'll not only work for a host employer, but you'll also have the added bonus of being partnered up with a qualified industry mentor who will be able to help you with any personal or work issues that you might have. Aside from all of that, as an apprentice, you're also likely to be eligible for various other allowances, like a tool allowance, a travel allowance, shift allowances, and even an industry allowance. Whilst all of these allowances may sound like a fair bit for host employers, taking on and training apprentices is a good move for builders and subcontractors because it's an investment in your future. It all sounds very positive to me. So if you're interested in a career in the building and construction industry, or you're a host employer that's looking to hire an apprentice, you can contact the Master Builders Association or have a look at the CAMS website, which is alinksa.org.au.
It really is wonderful what the Master Builders along with CAMS are doing to help young people with a career in the building and construction industry. Now I'm very excited to be back in today's feature home, and this is the striking staircase that I was talking about a little bit earlier. It really is very individual. In fact, this whole home, when you look around, is very unique, and that's what I love about it, in design, architecture and also in building quality. The location of this home inspired the owners to make the most of its riverside position. The upper storey cantilevers over the lower level on all sides, creating both visual appeal and providing sheltered overhangs. The Torrens side of the house is perforated on both levels, which opens up the living areas to the leafy views and lovely fresh river air. This is the lovely pool, which literally wraps around the northeastern side of the home, and it gives that holiday feel all year round. Now we're going to be back with more of this sensational home in just a moment, along with a very interesting story about Adelaide's changing skyline.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
When you drive through the city of Leyte, you see so many cranes on the skyline. In fact, I've never seen so many cranes. I take it as a sign that things are happening. Adelaide is getting a facelift and it's wonderful. We commonly think of master builders building and renovating our homes, but they're actually also responsible for constructing our commercial buildings, including schools, offices, hospitals, shops and sporting facilities. Currently, there are around 15 cranes on various construction sites in the city centre, enabling work to progress on projects including the new hospital, the Adelaide Oval, various university projects and the Riverbank footbridge we featured in an earlier episode. Adelaide really is a beautiful city, and when you think about all the new buildings and developments that are due to finish over the next few years, it's going to be even more vibrant, especially on a national level. The most iconic and easily recognisable would be the new Royal Adelaide Hospital that's located here at North Terrace. The new RAH is set to be a world-class healthcare facility and will replace the existing Royal Adelaide Hospital. The brief required an innovative and creative design, and key to the new hospital is to create an optimal healing environment for its patients and positive working environment for the staff. There's a focus on natural light and bringing nature inside with internal gardens and balconies. Still in the early stages of construction, there are 8 cranes and over 550 workers on site. In the last month, they've poured over 4,880 square metres of concrete. Now that's a lot of concrete. The finished hospital will be equivalent to 28 metro buses in length. It will be the first hospital to offer only single rooms, providing significant benefits for patients and staff. Due to be completed in 2016, the new hospital will be architecturally inspiring, innovative and technologically advanced. It's great to see so many master builders doing their bit to bring it to fruition. If you'd like more information, you can contact the master builders via their website mbasa.com.au. It's really encouraging to see how much building and construction is going on in Adelaide. I take it as a really positive sign, and it's testament to the many talented master builders. Now we're back in today's feature home built by Alan Shepherd Constructions, and I've really enjoyed showing you the special inclusions. All of the products, fixtures and fittings that have been used throughout this home are of the highest standards, and the design has certainly set a new benchmark for this neighbourhood. There are 5 spacious bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. The master suite is elegantly finished and perfectly located to the luxurious ensuite, which is beautifully appointed and oozes opulence. Every detail has been focused upon, and the owners are delighted with their dream home. Alan Shepherd and his team really do get it right every time. Whether it's a modern marvel like this one or something a bit more traditional, his building excellence always shines through. Well, for example, this beautiful living area here, it's been designed for energy efficiency, but it's still very much the hub of the home. When building a new home, you literally have a blank canvas to work with, which is something the owners of this home have obviously delighted in. They work very closely with Alan and his team to create a home that's not only striking to look at, but also practical, functional, and very comfortable to live in. It caters for a young family, and the fact that there are 2 self-contained apartments, one upstairs and one on the lower level, means there'll never be any shortage of space, even when the children are fully grown. Then they'll delight in having their own independent space to enjoy. This home really is very cool. It's got a very apartment feel to it, which I just love. Now, Alan obviously knew his clients well, that they like collecting art, and you can see along most of the walls there's picture rails to hang their beautiful pieces. And when you look outside at the beautiful view, well, that's artwork in itself. Let's have a quick look what's on next week's show. We'll be hosting the program from a brand new Metricon home. We'll profile another master builder, and we'll showcase a lovely house built by DeChellis Homes. Time for us to go now, but we'll look forward to seeing you the same time next week. And I've got time to have a beautiful stroll along the Torrens. Enjoy your weekend.
Building ideas, handy hints, there's always something new. Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Do-do-do-do. Building ideas.
Building Ideas proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.